Good morning. Come in. Stay a while.
Carol?
What is it, Dennis?
Oh, nothing. I just wanted to look at you. What's wrong?
Dennis, the police were here looking for you. What is going on?
The police? When? This morning?
Look at you. You look like you're about to self-destruct or something.
Did they say anything?
Well, the detective, Sergeant Brubaker, left this with me. He said something about some phone calls. He wants you to call him. Dennis, does this have anything to do with the accident? Dennis?
I've got to go.
Where are you going? What are you going to do? Dennis!
Liz is right. You should take it easy, especially if there's any congestion left.
Yeah, but I just feel like I'm hanging around, you know?
Well, I was hoping Jill could meet Peter, because they're almost the same age.
Well, listen, he's out back working on his car, and I know he'd be glad to meet you, Jill. Listen, why don't you take this over to the table? Okay.
Got it?
Just get, yeah. Jenny is, just about the oldest of the young set living on the block now, isn't she?
Well, I think Ronnie Dukes is 12.
Oh, the Dukes. I haven't seen them in months. Oh, say, does anybody want any milk?
No, thanks.
No, thanks. You know, Mr. Dukes is being transferred to Michigan, I think. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't know that. When are they leaving?
Who's that?
Well,
Excuse me. Hi, Liz.
Just a minute, Peter. Liz would like you to meet her house guest.
Oh,
That's okay, Liz.
Peter, this is Jill Hansen. She's from Indiana, and she's staying with us for a while.
hi.
Hi.
Listen, do you have time for breakfast?
I don't have much time, Mom.
Why don't you take a seat and dig in? Liz and I'll be gone for just a minute. I want to show her the Afghan I'm working on.
Oh, I'd like to see it too.
Well, why don't you stay and keep Peter company? We'll be back soon. Peter's a senior at Kingsley High School.
What grade are you in?
I'm not in school. I got my diploma.
What are you doing now?
What's it to you?
Look, I don't have time for this. Could you tell him, please, that I had to go get my car started, okay?
Yeah. Need any help with your wheels?
No, I don't think so.
Anyway, Jill, where'd Peter go?
He said to tell you he had to go start his car.
Oh, well, I was hoping you two could take some time to get to know one another.
Well, you'll have plenty of time to get together.
Sure.
Is Gene here?
Good morning, Mrs. Redland.
Is Gene here?
He's in the building. He should be back soon.
Gene. If looks could kill.
What are you doing here?
I need to ask you some things about Jimmy.
Jimmy, you've got him. Why don't you ask him yourself? His favorite color is yellow. His favorite book is The Hobbit. His favorite baseball team is the Dodgers.
Oh, stop it, Gene, please. I came here to talk about custody.
Did you have to come here to talk?
There's no good place as far as you're concerned.
Then why don't you take the hint, Carla? The topic of custody is out of the question.
I need to know where we stand.
You know where I stand. I'm right where I've been standing with that kid all of his life. Most conspicuously for the past 2 years with him.
I don't want to cause trouble for you, Gene, or for Jimmy either, but I just want you to recognize my rights.
Ah, you cashed in your rights, lady.
Aren't you just hurt because Jimmy wants to stay with me?
I'm not convinced that he does. And I'm even less convinced that you know the first thing about providing a home for any kid that they can count on from one day to the next.
Don't you think I understand what he needs? Why do you think I came back here?
I don't know, Carla. But I'm not gonna sit around here and put any stock into your little promises, woman. I'm sure not gonna let you take my kid someplace and try to raise him in a string of hotels until you get tired of responsibility. No way, woman.
I don't want to cause trouble for you, Gene. And I'd hoped you believe me, or at least believe Jimmy. But even if you don't, a judge will. Because kids don't lie.
Look here. Now, Jimmy is old enough to not want to hurt you. He's been through rejection before. And I think you're just using that for all it's worth.
That's not true.
You get out of here. I mean it, woman. Now, there is no more discussion that's going to take place in this office.
Come on in. I was just trying to reach Miriam.
Shame on you, Charles. You don't even have me written down here.
That's because I keep all of our appointments right here.
Uh-huh.
You know, I know she's there. I'm gonna try again.
Listen, where should we go to lunch today? I was thinking there's this new Swedish place where they have an all-you-can-eat smorgasbord and a massage parlor all in one. Can you believe it?
You know, this is beginning to worry me. I know she must be there. She certainly wasn't in any shape to leave the last time I saw her.
Well, maybe she's in the shower or something.
For 2 hours?
Oh. Well, she has been going downhill lately, hasn't she?
Yes, and I really don't know what to do about it. She's simply not herself, and there's absolutely no way at all you can reason with her when she's on whatever it is she takes. I'm gonna try this again.
Let me talk to her.
But how can you do that if the two of you aren't speaking?
No, I'll handle it. I'll find a way. I mean, it's more than her being my friend. She's your daughter, and that's why it's important to me.
But I wouldn't expect you to do that.
Well, it's all right. I mean, we used to be real close friends. We had a real strong bond. We were almost sisters.
Well, I want you to know that I appreciate your willingness to help. But at the same time, I don't want you to expose yourself to any extra abuse. Miriam is simply not herself. She's distant with me, sometimes even hostile.
Charles, you're her father. Of course she's going to take her anger out on you. But I'm her friend. That's different. Friendship is really what she needs at this point.
You know, you're really quite a woman.
Well, I just want the best for you and for Miriam.
All right. Here are the keys. If she's not answering the phone, she may not open the door either. But come to think of it, though, the door may be unlocked. She's gotten very forgetful lately.
Oh, but Charles, I thought we were going to lunch.
But I thought you were going to check on Miriam.
Well, yes, of course I will. But first things first, and I want to take care of you. You're my #1 priority. So why don't we go out to a nice buffet?
All right. You know best.
And I know just the place we can go to, too. This great new Swedish place I was telling you about.
Oh, well, that sounds marvelous.
Oh, it's just wild.
Good.
What do you say?
All right.
Mitch?
I'm right here.
Mitch, I've got to talk to you.
But Terry, you know, I knew there was a good reason for my coming back to the office this afternoon. My lower instincts kept telling me to go home and take a nap. But what can I do for you?
You were right. Everybody was right.
Now, just hold on. What do you say?
I want you to throw the book at Nancy.
You mean that?
Yes.
I'll tell you, I've never seen you so riled up.
Whatever it takes, just get her out of Mother's house.
Well, there certainly is a change of heart. Do you mind telling me what caused it?
I'll tell you exactly what. Nancy and Charles Carpenter are living together in Mother's house.
Oh, what an insult to the memory of your mama. How'd you find out?
I saw him coming out of there this morning. I always drive past there on my way to work, and I had seen this car out there for several days, but I figured it was just one of the neighbors. But then this morning, I saw him coming out. Mitch, he is living there with Nancy in Mother's house.
I should think that Charles Carpenter would be able to swing a place of his own.
Oh, no. Don't you see? This is exactly the way Nancy wants it. Now she can flaunt it. But she's not going to do it right there in my mother's house. It makes me sick, Mitch.
I don't doubt that. And I certainly understand it. Well, now, maybe we can get the wheels of justice turning again. You know, in a strange way, justice has already begun. Those two vultures deserve one another.
We'll let them admire each other from adjacent cells, because they're not going to mock me or my family or my mother's name again.
No, ma'am. I can tell that.
Mitch, we do have a case against her, don't we?
A case? Oh, do we ever? Why, there's burglary, forgery, grand theft, and Miriam Mason's testimony is going to make it easy for us to prove that point. Yes, that Nancy. She stole my copy of the will. She probably even stole the one from the safety deposit box. Well, she obliterated every trace of the original document and then forged her own. But we got a case, all right.
Well, let's go ahead with it, Mitch. I'll cooperate in any way I can. I'm just sorry for the delay.
Why'd you ask me to meet with you, Carla? This is better kept between you and Jean.
I asked you to come because I want what's best for Jimmy and all of us. But Jean won't even talk to me about it.
I'm not so sure I should either. Not when you come back after 2 years go by, sweeping that boy off his feet. Jean's got a right to be hurting.
But, Mama, if you won't listen, no one will. I always trusted you. Remember those long evening talks we used to have on the porch?
Oh, dear, I do. You were a strong thing then. Strong in the Lord. Oh, it about nearly killed me when you started easing away a little bit at the time. You didn't even want to talk to me. What possessed you to leave your home, your people, and the Lord?
I still believe in all of that. I haven't changed. I just wanted to know who I was and what I wanted to do. And the Bible says don't bury your talents. I wasn't meant to sing in a church choir for the rest of my life, that I know. And for the last 2 years, I've been earning a good living with my voice.
Oh, I know. I heard one of your songs on the radio one night. I had to turn it off.
Why?
Well, there's a rule in our house. Anything we don't want Jimmy hearing, we don't play it.
Mama, it's just a song. They don't mean anything.
Every word you utter means something, for good or for evil. Just because you set it to music don't change it one bit. And don't you get swayed into thinking otherwise.
Boy, you sure haven't changed. It used to make me so mad that you would always do that to me, not to Jean. I never could understand that.
That's right. Oh, Gene must be from Missouri. You know, he let me know at age 12 that he wasn't going to be gathering at no river if he didn't believe in no Savior. I've been asking the Savior to show him the way ever since. And he will.
Mama, I know just what you mean. Because he's being just as stubborn with me.
What do you want me to do, honey?
I can't tell Jean this, but I'm willing to bring Jimmy back.
Do you mean that?
Yes, I do. But I want your assurance that I can see him ever so often, on a regular basis, and that Jean won't try to keep him from me.
I'll see what I can do, Carla.
Who is it?
It's me, Nancy. Open the door.
Oh, come back later, thanks.
Come on,
Okay, just come on in. The door's not locked.
Well, you hadn't been answering your phone. I was worried about you.
I'm sick of the phone.
Well, couldn't you at least sit up so we could talk? I feel like a piece of furniture.
Who invited you over here?
Well, nobody, but I was worried about you. I wanted to know if you were all right. Are you?
I'd be just fine if everybody would stop bothering me.
Well, Miriam, I came here to make up, to be friends again.
I don't have any friends. Even Norman wouldn't get me any pills.
Now, is that any way to treat a friend? Is that what you need, pills?
I don't know what I need. All I know is I don't want Norman. He's a creep.
Well, don't you worry about him. I'm your friend. Pretty soon we'll get to be best friends again.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean it. You have my word on it.
Mommy said we could watch the movie. Comes on in 10 minutes, and she's going to make popcorn. Don't you want to watch it with me?
What is it?
It's about a little boy and his pet baby bull, and it's a real bull.
Oh, wow. I've seen it.
It's a fighting bull after it grows up.
He doesn't end up fighting. Hey, bug off, will you? I'm trying to write a letter. Do you want me to read it to you?
Yeah, who's it to?
Are you for real? It's to Larry. Anyway. Dear Larry, how are you? I'm fine, except I didn't get as far as I thought I would. I did get pneumonia, though. I don't know how to spell that.
It starts with an N. Pneumonia.
I did get pneumonia, though, and crashed in a bookstore.
You crashed?
You knew that.
I didn't know you were in a car.
I wasn't in a car. I was in a store looking at books. That's why I crashed. You know, passed out. Fainted. It's like you're walking along casually and all of a sudden you go... Anyway, that's as far as I've written.
I've never crashed before.
Good for you.
Does it hurt?
You don't even know what's happened. Look, you better go turn on your flick, Jenny. You're gonna miss it.
You still have pneumonia?
Yes, and if you don't go away, you're gonna catch it. Now bug off.
Okay, but when you're done writing, will you come watch it with me?
Maybe.
Oh boy, we're gonna bug off now. Hurry up and finish your letter.
Oh, Gene, you're home early, aren't
Yeah. Guess who stopped by my office today?
you? Oh, well, I don't have to guess. It was Carla.
Yeah. I got rid of her, but not before she managed to ruin the rest of my day. What smells so good?
Jane, did you listen to anything she had to say?
I listen to all I'm gonna listen to, Mom. What kind of question is that?
Well, I was wondering, you're so upset with her being in town and what you think might happen to Jimmy that, I was just thinking maybe you jumped to the wrong conclusions.
Wrong conclusion? Mama, what are you talking about?
Carla called me today and I went to see her.
Mama,
no,
you
well,
can't...
let me finish. Now, I don't find her asking for anything too out of line.
You went to see her I don't believe this, Mom. And you listened to her sob story?
Well, there was something in her voice and I just had to go. What did you expect me to do?
I expected some kind of loyalty, Mom. Whose side are you on?
I'm not taking any sides. I'm just trying to do what's right and fair. And all Carla's asking is for regular visits. She's not stealing him away. She doesn't even want custody.
Mama, I can't believe you listened to this. That woman's got your grandson cooped up in some hotel and threatening to keep him. Do you think it's right? I mean, you go off to see her while the two of you plot to how you're going to handle me. I think that's downright lousy, Mom. It's just lousy.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Gene.
Sorry that I feel that way. Mom, you're the one person I thought I could count on.
I'm not against you, Gene. If that's what you're thinking, you're wrong.
Mom, didn't you know any better? I mean, after all I've been through, Mom, not just over months, but for 2 years. Come on.
I know.
Well, didn't it mean anything to you, Mama? Come on, answer me.
Gene, I don't want you carrying this bitterness around with you for the rest of your life. It'll eat you up.
Mama, I've got good reason to be bitter. I've got darn good reason to be bitter.